Hello and welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator's Esports Expansion. I'm your host, Big Jake 901, and you can find more of my content by clicking the link down in the description. In the last episode, we worked on getting PCs ready for the soccer tournament this weekend. I think we still have one more day to go. We've got some emails to look at. We've got some messages in our Was Up to read through. However, if you missed the last episode, you should definitely go back and check it out. So let's start off by opening up our phone here and going to Was Up and seeing what all these messages are. This one says, literally just emailed you with a new job. Hopefully my PC got back to you this morning too. Oh, I almost forgot, when you replaced the GPU someone borrowed from my PC, can you make sure it's made by Colorful? They're our sponsor after all. All right, we can definitely do that. Let's see what Blade Slasher has to say. She says, thanks for the PC. I've sent it back to you along with an email from me. Little Toot insists there was no hacker, but she doesn't understand people like I do. When you study the Blade for as long as I have, you gain deep understanding of psychology. I can get into the mind of a person who did this to us. They don't know what they're up against. I want to sit center stage on Saturday so I can watch the audience for suspicious behavior. If they're out there, I'll spot them. And the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. All right. So let's hop into the email. Here's emails from them. We've got this one from Lil Toot. This was a PC we worked on in the last episode. Let's go ahead and collect that one. We'll get our money from that. We can discard that. So now we've just got the 3 that we need to get done for Saturday. So let's take a look at this first one. This is from Blade Slash's Sensei. Says he uses his computer to show educational, inspirational movies at the dojo, and apparently his computer stopped working. So let's go to the PC here. Let's snatch this thing up. Oh my goodness, it is filthy. That could be part of the problem. So let's get the side panel of this thing taken off. Let's grab some compressed air here. See if we can clean this out a little bit. Then maybe we can see what's going on with this. We can get this all done and out of our way. We may have to order some parts though, so we'll have to see. All the filth just doesn't want to come off of this. It is so dirty. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. We may be clean now. Let's see if this powers on at all. Looks like the fan is not working on the CPU cooler. It powers on just fine, but that CPU cooler definitely looks broken. I wonder if we happen to have one in our inventory. Let's take a look real quick. CPU cooling. Got this used one here. I wonder if that would be all right to just put this Be Quiet Shadow Rock Slim in there. It's probably better than what's in there already. So let me power this down. Let's get this out of here. I'm just going to slap some thermal paste on there. I don't see any reason to order exactly what was in there because that's definitely broken. The only issue I would see is if this one doesn't fit. But I think it's going to. So let's get this mounted. Looks like it fits just fine. Let me power this on. Okay, I think that's good to go. I think that is good to go. Let me get the side panel put back on here. And we can put this over here in the delivery area. I'm going to go ahead and collect this one. So it is done and out of here. So we've got one from Little Toot and one from Blade Slasher here. We need to install a graphics card, make sure a SOCR can run. It needs to be done by tomorrow. Email says, hey, so remember my theory that people are fundamentally good? I decided to try and prove it by leaving my PC out on my porch. You'll be super glad to hear that it was right where I left it in the morning. Only one weird thing, the graphics card is missing. I don't think anybody stole it, but maybe someone borrowed it? They'll probably bring it back when they're done, but could you get me a replacement in the meantime? Well, I suppose so. I don't know why you would leave your PC just sitting out on your front porch. That seems like a really bad decision. It's also filthy. It must be from sitting outside. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me get some compressed air out. We're just going to have a day full of filthy PCs, apparently. Let's get this one all cleaned out. Maybe, come on. Come on, compressed air, you can do it. There we go. There we go. We almost needed an air compressor instead of just a can of compressed air. That's a lot. Oh, there's still some filth. There we go. That was a lot of filth. Oh, man. This is the one we need to make sure that there is a colorful brand graphics card in. So I want to grab this other PC, but first I want to read the email, and then we can remember what graphics cards we're running in all these, because I think they all have the same, and we'll just order another one to match. So this email says, I invited the suspect over. It was the perfect plan. Incapacitate him, tie him up in the basement, and question him until he breaks. Unfortunately, my plan to knock him out by dropping my PC on him from the second floor window failed. He was 2 feet to the right of where I expected him to stand. Please repair the damage while I work out a better plan. Oh my goodness. P.S. Make sure I've got all my red lighting. I don't want to risk Beatrice noticing that I broke my PC. In fact, better add one more red RGB component just to be safe. I think that brings the total to 6. Well, apparently we already have 6 because it is already green, but we need to diagnose and fix whatever has gone wrong with this computer. So let me get this one over here on the workbench. Let's go to remove. Let me take this top panel off. Let's see if this thing powers up. It does not. I would think that the case would be more destroyed than the rest of the PC. It could be the motherboard. Could be the power supply. So let me start with that. Get this power supply out of here. Let's take a look. Power supply looks good. It's this Shein Power King 600 down here at the bottom. Let me put that back in. That is the wrong color cable though, so let me unplug all of that because we definitely need red. Let me make sure that's selected just so when it starts plugging things back in, we get all the right cable colors. All right, well, it could be the motherboard then, so let's get some stuff out of the way. Get things all unplugged. See if we can figure out what is wrong with this PC that Blade Slasher thought was a good idea to drop from the second story of their residence. Let me get everything off of here, and then we'll see what all is broken. That out. I think we can pull this motherboard now, so let's take a look and see. Motherboards broken. What about RAM? RAM is still good. What about the graphics card? Graphics card is broken. Of course it is. So we'll need to get 2 of those colorful iGame RTX 2080 Super Advanced. What about storage? Gosh. We're going to have to start making a list. We are going to have to start making a list. What about the cooler? Cooler is broken. Oh my gosh. We do have another one though, so we can totally use that. We're going to need a gigabyte motherboard. We're going to need a new graphics card. We're going to need new storage. So let me go get all of that put into a shopping cart here. All right. I think I got everything we need. New motherboard, more storage, and 2 graphics cards all added to the cart. So let me do next day delivery. Of course, if we need to get anything else, we can always have it done same day. But I'm going to do next day delivery. We'll go into our day. We'll get everything in. And then hopefully we can get these computers put back together and ready for the tournament on Saturday. All right, here's our parts. Well, let's come over here. I want to start with this PC first, just because this one should only need the graphics cards. So let me come down here. Let me grab one of these new graphics cards. Oops. Got to get the PCI lock out of the way. Grab one of the new graphics cards and get that installed. Oh, phone's going off. We'll have to check that in just a minute. But before I do, I want to start putting some of this PC back together. And we got the wrong color cables in here now. So let me get this red cable gone, this one gone. Let's see, it is these sleeved white cables. There we go. That should be all connected. Let's see if this powers up. Curious, I'm just going to hop into the BIOS real fast and make sure nothing got changed here with XMP. We're going to go ahead and restart. Yes, phone, we hear you. We're going to check you in just a sec. All right, so this one is done. Don't know if we need to change any colors. I can't. Is that green or yellow? Okay, everything's all yellow, so we're good. We are good. So let me get this case put back together. There we go. I'm not going to move it yet because I want to check this phone and see we got something from everyone here. Lil Toot says, I found a really nice looking CPU cooler that would go great with my yellow lighting. Can you get me one? It's listed online as Arctic Freezer 33 Esports Edition Yellow. Is this Little Toots? Yes. Of course. Of course. So let's add one of those to the cart. I think that was the right one. Esports Edition Yellow. Yep. Blade Slasher. I had an idea. Can you make all 6 of my red lights flash if the hacker is out in the crowd? I might throw them off, and then I'll have them right where I want them. Sure, we'll make your lights flash. So this should be Blade Slash's PC over here. So let me get this PC all put back together. And then we'll go see what the other one needs done. So let me get this ready for CPU, RAM. Let's see here. CPU, it was the Ryzen 5 1600X, I believe. There we go. And then for RAM, it was these 2 sticks of G-Skill Trident Z. Perfect. And then for storage, they had this Patriot Scorch. Where does that go? Right here. Then I need some thermal paste on the CPU. We need the CPU cooler. Theirs was broken. They had the Mortoni Thermal 100. So we've got this Mortoni Thermal 100 that isn't broken. I'm going to go ahead and install that. And of course, the wrong color cables are going in here because I forgot to select red. So let me undo these white ones. There we go. Then we need to get the graphics card in, which is the Colorful Eye Game RTX 2080 Super Advance. This should be ready to cable up. See if it powers on. I'm going to hop into the BIOS. Make sure XMP is on. We'll let this thing install the operating system. Oh, I need to put a USB drive in. Let's power cycle it real quick. There we go. It won't install an operating system without a USB drive. Perfect. All right, now we need the lighting app. And we need Sakar. Hopefully that's all we need on here. All right, so we need to make sure the lighting is red and flashes. Let's go to the lighting app here. Let's select everything. And then they want it to flash. There we go. Flashing red lights. Yeah, they look like they're flashing to me. That looks just fine. All right, let me get this PC put back together. I just noted, oop, not the cover. The PCI lock, that needs to go on. And then this top panel needs to go on, and then we need to go take a look at this other computer. We've also got one more message here from VoidX. says, love Beatrice's idea for blue lighting. I think it'll look great. Do you think you could try and get me some blue cables to match? FYI, I'm pretty sure only you can change the cables on a modular PSU, but you probably already knew that. So let's take a look. They want blue cables. It says white cables. They've already got a modular PSU in here, so that is not an issue. So let's take a look. Do we have blue cables? Let's look at the inventory. I don't think we do. No, no blue. So let me come over here to cables. Search for blue. And we will just get maybe the cheapest ones here. The ribbon, plastic, plain blue. Okay, so we've got a couple of things in the cart. We're going to have to do a same-day delivery on. But is there something wrong with this PC? Yeah, it doesn't even power. Did we get an email for this one? I don't remember. Voidex. Did great at the LAN party. I won 3 games in a row and got to meet Brianna Carson. Yes, the Brianna Carson from Star Wrestlers Season 2, Episode 14. She's so cool. Anyway, I'm not emailing you just a fangirl. I actually had an accident when I was carrying my PC back to the car. Some idiot spilled replica goo from the green thing from outer space in the parking lot, and I slipped on it. Looked inside and everything seems okay, but it won't turn on. Okay, so we need to figure out what's wrong with it and then get the blue cables ordered and put in here. So it's not powering. So obviously our first thing to check should be this power supply. Let's pull this out here. Power supply is broken. Luckily we have a brand, well, not used, not brand new, but we have a used one right here. So let's pop that in, 600 watts. And let's just see if it powers on. That seemed to fix it. Let's power this down. Let me remove all these cables because we need to order the blue ones and get those in and get this cabled with blue cables. Get everything removed. Don't think we need to order any more parts. We're going to use this used power supply. It should be just fine. So we just need the yellow CPU cooler for that one and the blue cables. So let's do same day delivery. We'll buy it now. There it is. And we'll get blue cables in this and the CPU cooler in the other PC. So let's cable this up. There's our blue cables. Let's get everything cabled up here. Make sure it powers on. While it's starting up, I think I'm just going to get it put back together because I'm pretty sure everything's going to be just fine. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we just need to get the cooler on this one. So let's get this cooler off. Some thermal paste. And we'll get the new cooler installed. Let's make sure it powers on. While it's starting up, we will put it back together. There we go. Okay, so we should be able to put everything over here and go end our day and go to the tournament. Let's close that out. All this should be done. That one's all green. That one's all green. That one's all green. All right, so our next stop is Saturday, the soccer match 2. So let's go in the day and get on with the tournament. All right. I don't know why we have so many letters down there above our phone. We've got 2 R's and 2 F's. Holy cow. Saw an effect called breathe. You set some of my lights to use breathe. So Void X wants breathe. Void X. Get this here. Let's power it up. We also need to overclock the GPU. Oh my. We gotta take this top panel off. They don't give us much time for overclocking and installing stuff. Lighting. Let's select some lights. And we'll set them to breathe. So that's all done. We also need to install GPU tuner. Oh man, this is slow. And OCCT. And while that's slowly installing, this also needs to be overclocked. So let's get that over here. I don't think this has OCCT on it either, so let's get it powered up. USB drive installed. Oh, it does have OCCT. 5100 megahertz, huh? Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one. And then what does this one want? Keyboard must be Asus TUF K7 and sitting in position 2. All right. So let's get this one restarting. Let's come over to this one. I'm going to power it down, power it back up. I'm going to hop into the BIOS. $5,100 megahertz, huh? Oh, man. Let's go for 1.6 volts. Let's apply those changes and restart. Hopefully, a 1.6 volts will get us there. And then let's get OCCT up and running. For this one, for the keyboard, Asus TUF Gaming K7 with wrist rest. I think we need to order that. With wrist rest, add to cart. Let's buy that now. We'll go ahead and have it ready. Think you could try overclocking my CPU before the match. Don't want to let anyone down. Okay. So that did finish. So this is good to go. Get the top panel on here. And then for this one, we need to overclock the GPU to 1937. GPU tuner, let's max this out. 1937. There we go. Let's apply that. Let's get OCCT up and running. We're getting a little short on time, so this thing needs to hurry up. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and install the top panel so this thing is done. And then let's look at our phone. She's just talking about wanting the keyboard. So we've already ordered that and it should be here. And this has finished. So we are good to go. Let's push F4 finish. We want to get these things set up on the stage. Let's grab this one and sprint it out here. I'm going to grab all the PCs first. This one goes in the second spot, if I remember right. No, which one wanted the second spot? I think this one was second spot. Yep, and different keyboard. Wrist rest. All right, let's cable this up. Hopefully we'll get everything cabled in time. We've got a minute. That one's powering up. Let's cable this one up. Get that one powering up. Let's cable this one up. Get that one powering up. We should be all done. Let's start the match. There's our results. We got it done. Did we win? Nice. Nice. Nice, nice. There we go. Let's check our app. We got 4 out of 4, 23 out of 23, 7 out of 9, 9 out of 9, and 12 out of 12. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's finish our day here. Head back to the shop. There we go. And we've already got PCs in and ready to be worked on for the next episode. Our phone's also blowing up because that's what it likes to do. In the next episode, we'll get around to looking at these PCs. We'll also check on what's going on our phone. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video from the official PC Building Simulator YouTube channel goes live. Also, there are other creators making content for the official PC Building Simulator YouTube channel, so be sure to go check out all the other content that is available. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.